Welcome to the Untitled Film Project Podcast with Jeremy Gover, Justin Bradford, and myself, Jim Chandler. This time we're going to be talking about the movies we are most excited to see for the rest of 2023. So what are you looking forward to the most, Jeremy Gover?
Well, this question came up because we are in June, and it is time to... it's summer blockbuster season. They're hitting hard almost every week from this point until basically August? Yeah. So We're like, hey, what are you most excited about? I was like, you know what? Don't tell me. Let's bring it up as an episode, right? So you want me to go first?
I do. I'd love to hear it, at least one of them.
Yeah. I only have one. I mean, I'm excited about the others, which I won't say because I don't want to ruin your thunder.
But it's your most.
But my most, without question, far and away, will not surprise anybody in my household, Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning.
You're a sucker for your Mission Impossible.
I freaking love the Mission Impossible series, except for 2, it sucked. And because they're all just super fun, super rewatchable, and they are all great movies. The plot is really good. The story is good. The intricacy of the weaving of the storylines is good. And they don't feel too long, except for maybe a couple spots. And there's always something, again, I've never seen before.
They
like
top
Tom
themselves.
Cruise hanging on to the Burj Khalifa building, for example.
Right.
How they shot that. And then another one, he's hanging off a plane as it takes off. And not just a little bit, he's in the air. He's in
right.
So I can't wait. Dead Reckoning, Mission Impossible.
I think it's going to be pretty neat. I've seen some of the stuff. They've gone over a lot of the stunts.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And they had to fill COVID somehow.
Yeah, it looks really exciting. It looks pretty cool.
Can't wait.
Justin Bradford, one of the movies you're most excited to see.
Okay, well, I have 2 honorable mentions.
Okay.
Before I get to my number one. First, my biggest one was Across the Spider-Verse. That was my one that I was most anticipated, and now it's out. We're good.
Yep.
So, Oppenheimer.
Yes.
Oh, it's going to be so good.
Very excited for it.
Please don't let me down. I know you won't, Christopher Nolan. You'll do just fine.
And it's one of those that if it's available in your area to see it in IMAX 70 millimeter, and not every IMAX is going to have that version available, but I know there's at least one where we're based that will have that. So I'm very excited to see it in 70 millimeter IMAX. So very much excited for that one. The other one would be Barbie. That I'm excited for because I'm curious. It is not going to be just this, I'm Barbie. There's an existential crisis going on because she's going to the real world. And I'm very curious to see how they handle that, plus bomb cast.
Right.
As well.
Yes.
So just it's more curiosity, not that I have expectations for it to be amazing. I'm curious.
That's my fun expectation movie of the 2 that I was thinking of. Because, there's something about that I'm just learning through some of the press that the movie is not what they've been really showing us up to this point, which I love that they may have just been throwing a curveball.
Oh, they're gaslighting us.
And it's not going to be the movie we expect. I still would have been excited about to see it because the cast is incredible again. I mean, Ryan Gosling, Margot Robbie, there's so many, and everything she touches to me is gold. But I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to resonate. If done pretty well, I think it's going to be one of those movies that could be like a Legally Blonde, a comedy that is referenced and held, dear by people for years down the road. Mean Girls, excellent example.
Yes. With deeper meaning. That's not just a surface level Barbie movie. There's something they're exploring.
Yeah, they're going to give us
a lot more. Greta Gerwig, I believe that's what's going to happen. They're exploring something. Greta
Gerwig is a great director, and whatever she does it with meaning. She doesn't make silly, idiotic movies. Okay, so
exactly.
Expect the unexpected.
But my most anticipated
for me
not your
personally.
Answer? No.
Oh, my bad.
I had 2 honorable mentions.
I know, but then you threw out Spider-Verse, so I thought that was one.
Right. No.
Oh, okay.
Mine also is Mission Impossible.
Is it really?
Dead Reckoning Part 1. I love these films.
There's a moment. Oh my God, they're bonding.
I love.
Come on, there should be an "I love you, man."
I love you, man. I love these films. They're so much fun. These are the movies you have to see in a theater on the big screen to experience it that way because of the stunt work that's involved with how kooky Tom Cruise is. The stunt work that he does is absolutely amazing. And now you're throwing Haley Atwell into the mix, along with who we already had with Rebecca Ferguson and Vanessa Kirby. I love all three of those women.
They're great.
Like they're fantastic. So what Rebecca Ferguson has added to the Mission Impossible universe has been fantastic. And this one is just setting a whole nother standard, I believe, as they're already saying part one. But remember all the way back last summer when the trailer leaked and they rushed it and had to say, we need to release a trailer now. Like something leaked and they pushed it out and it's just clips. They've had a whole year to work on this now after that leak.
Yeah.
So expectations are high that I'm going to enjoy my time. Not that it's going to be fantastic or anything. I'm going to enjoy my time as an awesome action movie with twists and turns, incredible stunt work, things like that. That's why it's anticipated for me, because when you think summer blockbuster, that's the type of movie that I want to see in the middle of summer that makes me go, oh yeah, that's what I want.
I can almost see the butter on your fingers from the popcorn now.
Actually, it's quote unquote butter. Butter flavor.
Butter flavor water.
Yeah,
butter flavor topping.
Yeah.
But yes, it'll be everywhere.
From the Alchemex Corporation, number 42 solution.
As long as it's not Smilex, we're okay.
Exactly. So I did reveal that Barbie was my super fun anticipated movie. The other one is this is my art house bow tie expectations.
Ooh,
I've got my bow tie on. I'm a sucker for Wes Anderson movies.
Okay.
Wes Anderson movies are an acquired taste for some people. They're not all great, but they are incredibly special and the same in their own way. Wes Anderson film, you can spot it. People do memes. They do, I just recently saw Star Wars, if it was a Wes Anderson film. TikTok. Yeah. I mean, they're funny. They've got a style. The Asteroid City film coming out this summer has an all-star cast.
Oh, yeah.
And we got Margot Robbie, Bryan Cranston, Tom Hanks. What's Jason Schwartzman doing in a Wes Anderson film? Oh, that's right. Every movie. But I love it. So it's just this weird take on what looks like late 50s, early 60s UFO in the desert, which is really, I think, stretching things for a Wes Anderson film. But it's going to be weird. And I think the dialogue, if it's anything like he's ever done before, is just, it's snappy. It's something I really have kind of, gravitated to and enjoy now. So I'm looking forward to Asteroid City. I'm hoping it isn't a letdown because there is so many great people in it. But, I mean, The French Dispatch came out a couple of years ago, had an all-star cast, killer movie, really great. If you've never seen a Wes Anderson movie, I suggest your first entry is The Fantastic Mr. Fox, one of my favorite animated films. So, Wes Anderson, bring it to me this summer.
I have to admit, I am a little bit disappointed that Bradford's was not Haunted Mansion, being a Disney guy.
I am, but I'm excited for it, but I don't know what to expect from it.
I'm in the same boat.
I'm a little apprehensive.
So, I mean, I just don't know. But it's not one of those ones where I'm just so looking forward to it. We've had the hype for Mission Impossible for a year.
Oh, yeah.
So it's been getting feeding. And now they're, like we've talked about before, the trailers that they're showing are part of the stunt work. Here's how the stunt was done, where he's flying a motorcycle off a cliff. Like, we're seeing the behind-the-scenes aspect to build that anticipation for it. Whereas Haunted Mansion, it's this is happening, we just dropped a trailer kind of thing.
And watching the trailer, I don't think the movie knows what direction they want to go.
Well, I hope they do by now, because it comes out really soon.
Because the Muppet Haunted Mansion was great. I really enjoyed the Muppet Haunted Mansion.
Yes.
It's a Muppets movie.
Yep.
They did a great take on it with all those nice Easter eggs that you want from the ride in there. Here, I hope they're not just forcing Easter eggs in for the sake of forcing Easter eggs in. They need to tie into the story. You can pull off way more of that with a Muppet film than you can a live action film that you're just trying to do justice to it as well.
Yeah, I just can't tell. Are they trying to like be a little scarier, a little darker?
Right.
You know, but they've also got the humor in there. Where I mean, for a while, the Haunted Mansion movies were very family. Bring your 4-year-old to the movies, and this one, I'm not sure.
But Jungle Cruise was fun.
Yeah,
Jungle
Cruise was fun.
It was a lot of fun, and I mean,
it's not a good film per se, but it was fun.
Yeah,
my son and I had a great time at the theater.
Yeah. So okay, if I want to give my Our House one. I'm just so excited that we have a great movie season. We have a big movie season.
Yeah.
Right.
Problemista.
Now tell me about Problemista, because I'm a huge A24 guy, and for some reason this is off my radar.
Yeah, I finally saw a preview for it. I think it was last week. But it's, let's see, Tilda Swinton is going to be in it. So I'm very excited for it. It's one of these movies where you have an immigrant that is trying to get a green card sponsor. And so it's eccentric. You're dealing with an art critic who is played by Tilda Swinton, who he's trying to get to sponsor it, and it's going through that whole process. And just the trailer sold me on it, so I'm very excited for that one from A24.
Yeah, I mean, because that premise has been done a million times since the beginning of movies, but when A24 gets a hold of it, it's gonna be different.
Exactly. So I'm very, very much looking forward to that one.
Now I am too.
I'll tell you what I'm not looking forward to.
Transformers.
The Meg. No, I haven't looking forward to that one.
Oh, okay.
Meg 2, The Trench. Can anybody please inform me why we needed a second Meg movie?
Money.
We didn't need but how? We didn't need a first one. The first one bombed. Why would they make a second one?
People are going to go. They're going to go and watch it.
I don't think they are.
It makes me wonder if the money is made in the aftermarket. After knowing some people that have worked in the aftermarket of the movie industry in different stages, even before digital and during digital, you know, the advent of it, there's movies that I say, like, why in the world is that making, you know, why did they make 3 of this movie? And, you know, I've had people inside the industry say, yeah, you only saw the box office numbers, you know, 6 months down the road, you know, every frat house in America, you know, bought that movie. And you're like, what? I didn't know that.
My question is why? You know what? Is it a Pledging Haze thing?
Yeah.
We're going to do a 24-hour marathon.
We're going to torture you.
Trench 2.
Yeah.
That would make sense. I can't do Strays. It looks hilarious in the preview.
It
but
does.
I know the entire concept is dumping your animals. I understand that it's a joke. I understand that. I understand. I can't handle that mentally.
I understand that.
And if they're gonna be as raunchy, I mean, I saw a Red Band trailer for that.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
So that means that they're going all in here.
They are.
Okay. Otherwise, they would have done a PG-13ish trailer, our movie, but a PG-13ish Green Band trailer, and then. You know, okay, maybe, you know, but that means they're going to go all in with the premise too. They're really going to make you hate the guy.
Yes.
And that's all I don't need to
knowing
make the connection there at all.
How much he's going to, you know, even though it's a CGI dog.
Correct.
You don't want to see it. I get it.
I don't want to even enter that into my brain. That's correct.
I'm with you on that one. The movie I do not want to see, and I probably will have to because we're probably going to review it. But I have zero interest in seeing. This is the first time I ever said this about a Pixar movie.
Oh.
Elemental.
Really?
Zero interest. There doesn't seem to be a creative thing about it. And I've seen that trailer 50 times at one theater who had a projection problem and showed it over and over and over. But even after the first time I saw it, I said, fire and water.
About the 12th time.
Yeah. You know, it was just as not interesting the 12th time. There just doesn't seem to be a novel concept there. None of it seems entertaining. Nothing pulls me in. There's no, the conflict doesn't seem interesting, which, I mean, that's storytelling. It just feels like just a boring money grab of like, oh, we're from different places. Oh, you're fire and water. Like, oh, our parents don't approve. Like, it's garbage.
That's why Across the Spider-Verse is setting a new standard in animated films.
Yeah. I think it's going to stink. I think Elemental is going to fall flat.
And that's something for Pixar when you think they haven't had many misses.
They don't have too many duds, but I know you have been in that camp, though, where you're like, well, they're off and on for me. And I'm like, what?
Yeah,
well,
especially the last
Lightyear flopped overall when you think about what the expectations were.
The last few years, they have not had the stellar record that they used to have, which was basically whatever they put out was great.
Yeah. Which is why they're exploring another Toy Story.
Yeah, going back to the well.
Yep. Just leave it.
Cash cow.
Leave it.
You've been listening to the Untitled Film Project Podcast. We have been waxing poetic about the things we are highly anticipating.
Hold on a second. We're wrapping up this episode. And
yes.
none of us even mentioned Indiana Jones. Well, we don't have to. I'm just saying, like, it's pretty surprising that there's this all-world character.
It's there.
Honestly, I'll sum it up in one sentence. The Crystal Skull tainted it.
Right.
I'm not excited at all. I'll go see it, but I'm not excited at all.
Please don't suck. Just please don't suck.
Yeah.
I really don't anticipate going to see that movie unless you guys make me, because we'll do an episode about it.
You know we will.
I know. I know. But this is a movie that they've had to, they've recut and re-edited this movie and refilmed scenes and tested it with audiences over and over and over. And everything they did, they liked it even less. So is there a salvageable movie there? Maybe I will go to it like I would a NASCAR race to see the wreck.
That's
go
fair
to a
enough.
NASCAR race to see the race, Jim. But okay.
I want the blood.
Nick Cage has it.
A whole lot. It's the Untitled Film Project Podcast. Check us out at untitledfilmprojectpod.com and all the socials everywhere. If there's a platform that doesn't exist yet, we'll be there a minute after it starts.
We're getting Bradford right on it.
Bingo.
Thank you for listening to the Untitled Film Project Podcast. To support the show, please rate, review, follow, and subscribe. Original music by Jeremy Schwartz. Special thanks to the Music City Film Critics Association. Editing and post-production by Jeremy K. Gover. Voiceover by Chad Bennett.